Hello, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yes, it is Thursday. Excuse me there. Thursday it is. Thursday it is. And there's some weird stuff going on when it has to do with. So we know that Brittney Griner, she's being swapped out, doing a prisoner swap. They're going to swap out this extremely dangerous, they call him the Angel of Death, I think is what they call this guy, but he was well known for moving massive firearms here, there, arms dealer and all that, and they traded him out, just much like Obama did with that Bertall guy. We got this piece of doo-doo Bertall who defected from the military, ended up getting himself all caught up by the Taliban, and they turned him into a hostage. And so he begged and pleaded for somebody to come save him and all that stuff. And Obama said, you know what? Well, we are going to do what America has never done before. We are going to give in to ransom demands. And that was what they did. And they traded out. They said they were going to do something bad to this Bertall guy if they didn't get some kind of Taliban leader back. And, well, there you have it. Biden's done the same thing. Traded out this piece of doo-doo, piece of trash individual who spent most of her time shitting on America. Far as like every time the national anthem came on, she would put her knee down and tell everybody that America sucked and that she didn't think that she needed to take time to appreciate the country that she was in. Then goes over to Russia and has like a vape pen. And even the charges were pretty extensive. They gave her she was supposed to have gotten 2 years at this work camp and all this stuff. But regardless, she sucked. If anybody could have deserved a better life change real fast, that would have been her. America to the rescue, though. We've got this angry, awful lesbian who shits on America back and going to put her knee down as quickly as she can. Of course, she'll get her stupid job back with the NBA so she can further pumping the anti-American agenda while she cries for somebody to come save her. That's happening. They swapped her out, so we're getting Griner back. Guys, that's great. And lots of other stuff. Let me get out of the way. We'll get right to it right quick here. Okay. All right. Here we are. Here he is. A little segment I do a lot of times in these videos is pointing out some strange, unknown causes of people just kind of checking out. And this body positivity TikToker, Mega Thakur dies suddenly and unexpectedly. This is a body positivity person, so what she's doing is, she's stunning and brave because of her appearance. And so she's a TikTok influencer because she's so repressed her appearance. She's doesn't have she has a hard time with her self-esteem, and she has panic attack and anxiety attacks because of body image and all that stuff. So she's one of those body positivity TikTokers. So let me show you a picture of her right quick, guys. There you go. Yeah. She's got a lot to be worried about there. There's that person there has had, and it says in the article, dies unexpectedly, by the way, but in the article, because of her terrible way of having to grow up with such an awful figure and having to teach people to be positive about their body, feel good about themselves no matter what you look like, even if whatever, you can tell that she's had to deal with a lot of that, not bullying because of probably not fitting up to the mainstream's body images or whatever. That she's had panic attacks. It even says this right here. She had such a panic attack prior to this death that she'd had a heart attack because of her panic attacks were so rough that she had suffered a heart attack prior to this unexpected sudden death. Sudden adult death, by the way. Syndrome. So I'm pretty sure it was panic attacks that did that. Or it could have been dehydration But here's another. This right here, I actually didn't mean to load this thing down with all these, but they just popped all up, man. It's like, Will, you better talk to these people about what's going on here. 6-year-old Canadian child suddenly no longer here with us. Massive stroke. Doctor diagnosed her with myocarditis due to the flu. Sad to say that. Flu had been causing that for years, though, because I remember my grandpa, he caught the flu, and and then I remember I had the flu one time, and they diagnosed me with that and everything and all. Yeah, right, exactly. That's what it was. Flu caused that one. Anyhow, poor girl. I am not making fun of the situation. I'm only pointing out irony, guys. So please understand. Don't think that for 1 second I'm making light of any of these people, what they're going through. But I just know that I'm pointing out some serious ironies that seem to have been coming up ever since 2021, when they really mass pumped that sauce that they're trying to make sure you got, whether you liked it or not. Celine Dion. Nobody cares about her, but here you go. Just to kind of give you an idea of more of you got to remember, all these people that are Hollywood. They get all the updates every time that they say you need to get another one of those squirts in you. They go get it, and they get 2 more, and they love it. Celine Dion has now been diagnosed with an incurable neurological disease called stiff person syndrome. And she's only 54 years old, guys. Look at this. She's only 54 years old. That's not very old. I know that sounds old to young people, but when you get my age, you see somebody 54, it's like, oh, you're not that old. Why you look like shit for? Anyways, here you go. Yeah, that's her at 54, and she gives a little interview here.
Unfortunately, these spasms affect every aspect of my daily life, sometimes causing difficulties when I walk.
She learned how to talk from NPR. But this woman has always been plagued with weird stuff, though. I mean, I will say this, but she was well known for, like, if she was in a group of people and you were talking to her, she wouldn't actually answer your question with a voice. She would write it down on a piece of paper because she wanted to save her precious voice for her concerts, because she was such a huge figure in the musical industry that they needed. She was well known for being a complete and total diva, where she was just not. I don't think that. Be honest with you, I don't think she was really that good of a person. If you from other reports of people, which most of the time those crazy elites are like that. Check this out. This woman out here at a gym, she working out. She getting her cardio on, doing whatever. This is at a gym in Mexico, and I've got the sound turned off because there's music playing in the background, but the song is "Baby, don't hurt me no more." That's the song, okay? Kind of ironic. Watch this. She's lifting weights. She's looking like she's getting that exercise on, guys. Doing real good. Couple squats there. We're working that midsection area, trying to get right. Now watch. And that's it. Out. And what you're seeing now is the people that were at the gym. They're checking her pulse. They're checking her, and they're going to roll over on her side, so that in case there's a seizure of some sort, you don't vomit and cause issues with that. So if they'd have done that to let me think here. Hold on a second. John Bonham, or if they'd have done that to, can't think of the guy's name, played guitar. Oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart. But Jimi Hendrix. If they had done that with Jimi Hendrix, he'd probably still be alive right now. But anyway, so yeah, what you seen right there was that woman's no longer with us, by the way. That was her last breath right there. And this is yeah, so that was a good positive. That's what we're seeing a lot of people happen in there, and they'll get all sauced up, and then that happens. Reaction to the Hunter Biden laptop top story perfectly illustrates how the elite media have given up on doing their job. By the way, this is reported by the New York Post. So this is the New York Post calling out left-wing media, ironically as it sounds, but in the past years, journalism was trusted with consumers much more than it is today. Well, first of all, people weren't awake. People are awake now. And good luck getting the trust. I don't trust Washington Post. They can try these articles all they want to. I'm only reading it because I'm like, whoa, look at these guys. But no, you're done. I'll never hold anything. The only reason why I can even go by this at all is because I know what's going on behind the scenes with what's really going on with the Hunter Biden laptop story. And this is the one time that they're right. And just for the internet's algorithm, I use a couple mainstream articles just to make YouTube happy. And this here is showing just that they're calling out other mainstream media people for not doing this, and that they're just motivating journalists to be selective in what they do for articles, or twisting the whole thing so that it goes a whole different direction and makes the narrative their what they want. I know There's Bunter hiding right there. And Nobel, this woman right here, Nobel Peace Prize winner, Annie Ernaux, says men need to change now. And this woman here is definitely an expert because, she's had to experience, I guess, she's had to experience so many instances where so many men are just all like, hey, and she's like, I'm so tired of these men all the time. Yeah. That woman right there is one that tells us that men need to change. She has Nobel Peace Prize winner Laurette Annette Ernaux has criticized the sexism against women in literature. Guys, if anybody looked like the witch in one of those movies from like Harry Potter, there it is. Without any makeup, without any special effects. They could have saved a lot of money and just got this woman right here to be that ugly thing. But I'm pretty sure that 90% of the things that she's so disgruntled about are probably stuff that she brought on herself, that all people don't experience what she's talking about or make up stuff. But so men need to change. Yep. Illinois signed its own death warrant starting in January. Governor Pritzker's new law takes effect. Total mayhem to follow, guys. By the way, Chicago is not a state. It's a county or a city that's in Illinois. So what it is you're looking at a statewide way of doing Chicago. They're going to run the whole darn state like that. Now, the whole state's going to be like Lori Lightfoot, and I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. It makes it where, I'm going to get this right. It said, about 34 robberies since Friday in the same area. This was just the other day, 34 robberies. And Chicago's Lori Lightfoot blames a record surge on retailers where they're, breaking into these places. She blames it on the people. She blames it on the retailers. And that's like telling a rape victim that it's their fault, by the way. I guess what it says up here. Anyways, I don't know how many trigger words I've used. YouTube will be like, nope, not monetizing this video. All right, so anyways, I don't care. The Democrats don't really have an answer to combating growing crime. They don't care about Americans suffering. There is no way they could successfully address the issues and the insane policies they promote. So this is evident in what's coming to Illinois in this new year. Democrat billionaire running for state Pritzker signed a bill that takes effect in 2023 that will totally destroy the state. And it makes it where some issues were supposedly addressed in the latest unclear. I'm trying to see here. It says makes it where, the way it stood written originally, police could not arrest or remove any individual on or the other person's property for trespassing, nor could a judge be sure if he had the authority to hold someone charged with second-degree murder. Excuse me. Just got done lunch. Some of the issues were supposedly addressed in the latest version of the law, but it's unclear in the future. The judge cannot cannot charge unaffordable bail on defendants. This vehicle has been used to keep violent offenders off the street. Now the judge must let them go. Multiple scenarios are available now that would-be violent crime members to be set free almost immediately to commit the same crimes again. And they will. And in Evil in Our... This right here ties right in with that article. Evil in Our Time. Soros is funding 253 leftist groups to influence global media and push their anti-American agenda on the masses. There he is right there in that center picture, by the way. And there's a lot of people who I've talked to are kind of not up and up, but they actually were like, why are you picking on George Soros for? I said, because of the fact that that's if you knew what was going on, you'd understand. But so many people have been brainwashed, and I don't know where they're getting their information from, but they think that George Soros is a good dude. It's well known for what he did when he was younger. He worked for the Nazis. He was a Jew. He would stand in front of people's houses, and that he would be taken in as an orphan, and then he'd go back and report to the browncoats that these people are holding Jewish people in, and he was the one responsible for the Jewish people finding out for the Nazis going in there and raiding all these Jewish people's houses and taking them out. He was responsible for that. He knew what he was doing. He was employed. He was the H word's left-hand man as a child. Grew up and took his place. You can find this information. It's not hard to find. By the way, the shocking largest donor, we all know that is that dude. He's from the Nazi toady. And hot off the midterm elections, George Soros is funding 253 leftist groups to push Marxist, open borders, and anti-American propaganda upon the masses. But like Biden said, bigger, that's not very important. All right, I'm going to get out of the way. We'll get that there. We're going to get back right. Those are a few articles that I had for the day. And I'm looking for some more stuff. There's things going on with Trump right now, and I'm just going to wait a little bit and see how these play out. Because I think right now we're in limbo in between lawsuits and Letitia James and all those people. So we'll just see how that rolls out. But anyhow, we're here and we're still rocking and rolling. And this is called the lame duck session of Congress. A lot of crazy stuff happens in that time frame. And also a lot of things are in the works for the beginning new season. So bear with me for a little bit on this news cycle because things are really going to get started up good in the next few weeks when everything switches over and we get to watch Fetterman try to talk to Congress with this lizard translator box. That's going to be content gold. Thank you for, to be honest with you guys, I'm going to do videos of it and people I hope will watch it and YouTube will pay me for it. So thank you, Fetterman, for being Fetterman. We can make something good out of this, guys. We've got content gold. We can use him to help expose what the left is doing so far as putting these people in that have no business in any kind of positions other than putting square blocks in a round hole. That's it. And then if that's an iffy at that. But I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to go back to work, and I'm going to be looking real close to see if we see some major stuff happening. But otherwise, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Lots of love. Check out Tony Grimaldo. I would put his link to his channel in mine, but when I put links in my channel like that on the videos, it just kills it. The YouTube algorithm will not let it go out. 300 people might see it versus 3,000. And I need this to go out as wide as possible. But Tony Grimaldo, just look him up. As a matter of fact, I'll put one of his channel links in my community post. I can get by with that. That doesn't affect my videos, but if I've been doing this long enough and putting links and stuff here and there on my videos and watching the numbers and how they change, it seems like every time I put a link, even if it's for one of my videos, immediately YouTube sees it, throttles it back, pulls it back. So that's something that I've got to work around, guys. So check in my community post for Tony Grimaldo stuff. And he's a Christian conservative, and he does Christian reads. He's got great insight. God speaks through all kind of different people, and sometimes you got to give somebody a chance, and you'll get some real word out of them because God will talk through the people he least expects. That's how that rolls out. So just remember that, guys, and keep your head up, and don't let this psyop get you because I'm going to tell you something. They're trying on us, but they ain't going to win. Have a good one. I'm out.